Hey everyone, this is Ron Bernier from BaseballSimResearch.com. Today I wanted to show you a quick video on using the latest features in the National Pastime Next Generation Plus board reader. I'll be using the 1982 American League, which is the latest board reader. It has the as played lineups feature, as do all the board readers currently available from Bill's awesome website. If you Google National Pastime Next Generation, you'll find his website. He's also done some amazing work on developing this board reader Excel spreadsheet. I've added a few things to it, sent over the changes to Bill. He's added them to the public versions. I've got one macro here that isn't quite public yet. I'm going to send it over to Bill soon, but it's just for a replayer like myself that kind of forgets things once in a while. So I'm going to show you that here in a second. So anyway, first feature I want to show you, which is available in all the board readers, is the As Played Lineups feature. To select lineups, you just drop down this list, go up or down, and choose whatever game it is that you're going to load the lineups for. I just finished up a game here between Milwaukee and Toronto that John Mayberry struck out with the bases loaded. I'm going to go ahead and load Seattle and Oakland. This stuff updates this section of the spreadsheet, but doesn't update everything for you. Click on this Copy Lineups, and what that's going to do is it's going to set up the whole spreadsheet basically for a brand new game. So I click on Copy Lineups. You'll notice now that Julio Cruz is the selected batter. Ricky Henderson will be leading off the bottom of the next half inning. That red X is important. I'll show you where that comes into play soon when I go through all the macros. Julio Cruz is the batter. Steve McCatty's the pitcher. Bases are empty, nobody out, infield deep, etc. Standard type of play. So the first thing I want to show you is your randomized fielding and randomized rare play options. So Cruz has one fielding number, which is what, 15 to 23. His only PRN over here, which is in that range, is a 19. So there's a way that you can have a randomized fielding option, so it goes to different fielders instead of Cruz always going to the same fielder. So if you choose that as yes, and the rare plays, which is play result numbers 36 through 41, I think, which Cruz only has 136 here. That'll randomize your rare plays. If you're playing a game, or if you're doing a replay, once you set those, you should probably make sure that every game that you play in your replay has those same settings, just so you have consistency across your replay. So the other three new options here are this next batter macro, an end inning macro, and this roll macro. So when your number of outs, base situations, your infield position, your batter are all set fine and you're ready for that batter to actually bat, you click on roll. This gives us new dice roll numbers here, which is a 43, which is a 29. This formula updates to a 29, and then we get our play results down in here that he was out at first. Just going to show you real quick that I do use Strat PC Baseball for my score sheet. You can use iScore, Ball Score, probably other score sheet programs out there. I just use Strat because I can see quick and easily the player's actual season stats, his year-to-date stats in my replay, and then his game stats over here, and who's actually up. So Cruz is up and he grounded out, so I'm just going to enter that. Now Castillo is up. So after a batter bats in the board reader version 3.4, I can either click on Castillo or I can click on the next batter button. Generally, since your mouse is going to be over here in this section anyway, I just clicked on roll, you would just click on next batter. There's a feature that I'm going to show you right now that I've implemented, haven't sent over to Bill yet, in the next batter macro, so it kind of reminds me because I forget things easily. Reminds me to click on roll. So I can click over here and select Castillo, and you'll notice that in this particular case the play result number didn't change, but sometimes it actually might. And now I don't really know if I've clicked roll and Castillo was out at first and I should go to the next batter or what. So instead I'm just going to click back here on Cruz as if he's still up and click on next batter. So that will change the dice. It will actually eliminate the dice roll, change this formula to NA, change the lookup to NA, so that I know that I haven't rolled the dice yet with Castillo. like I said, I'm gonna send those over. This is October 5th, 2015. I'm gonna send that update over to Bill shortly. So I changed the number of outs. Right, I've got 1 out. Strat's telling me I got 1 out. I've got Castillo up, and over here there's nobody on base. So I got all my situations set. I click on roll for Castillo, and he rolls a 36, which is also a 29, which is also a ground out as well. So now I click on next batter, and this again changes to NA, and Bhakti is up. So let's say I goof up, right, and I click on next batter again, and now it shows that Zisk is up. So I can fix this mess up one of two ways. I can just go over here and click on Bruce Bhakti again, because I know that Bhakti is actually at bat. Or, if I had Mailer for some silly reason was the batter here, I can just keep clicking next batter until Bhakti's up again. Okay, so that's one thing that you will inevitably do, and that's how to recover from it. The other thing that, if you're like me, you'll inevitably do is you'll click the end inning button before your mouse moves all the way from that next batter down to the roll button. Sometimes my fingers just can't move over anything without clicking on it. So I click on the end inning button. What that's actually going to do is it's going to put an X next to Bhakti, because Bhakti, in theory, would be the batter leading off the next half inning after I move down here to select Ricky Henderson as the next batter. So I go ahead and click on end inning incorrectly, again, I might add. Bhakti's now got the X. That means he'll be leading off the next half inning. Henderson's now the selected batter. But I know darn well that's not right, because Bhakti is still up. I didn't actually roll for him. You'll notice here it also reset the number of outs. It would change the base situation, the infield position, and the type of play back to normal settings. So to recover from this, all I need to do is come down here to Henderson, who was really supposed to be leading off the next half inning, type an X in that field, go up here to Bhakti, and hit delete, and the X is gone from there, and I select Bhakti again. That just means that Bhakti's now back up, Henderson's back to leading off the next half inning, and I've recovered from my mess up of clicking end inning. I go ahead and click on roll. I get a 21, which is a 30, and a 30 is a fly out to left field. So Bhakti flies out, so Henderson really now is at bat, right? I'm now in the bottom of the first. Oakland's up, Ricky Henderson's at bat. I come back here to my spreadsheet. So now I'm actually ready to properly finish the half inning and go to Ricky Henderson. So I could either come up here to Zisk, type an X, because he'll actually be leading off the next half inning. Come down here, delete the X next to Henderson, and then select Henderson. And then set my base situation, my number of outs, and everything else. Or I could just click on next batter, right, which will switch from Bhakti to Zisk, because Zisk will be the next batter up for the current team that's batting, even though he won't be batting till the next half inning. And then I click on end inning, which really is end half inning. Now you'll see Zisk has the X, so that'll be used next time I end an inning. Zisk will now be the current batter, and Henderson is now at bat. My play result number here is back to NA. Again, this feature I'm going to send over to Bill soon. Everything else got reset to normal, and I'm ready to continue on with Ricky Henderson, where I would roll the dice. And a single, and then shocker for his 130 stolen base season. Henderson steals second. So NPNG Plus has a feature where it does all of the base stealing attempts. So it's not only successful, but also caught stealing for you. I'm not a gamer that calls a lot of stolen base attempts, or hit and run, or bunt for a hit, or bring the infield in. I pretty much am an Earl Weaver type manager, where I get guys that walk a lot, hit a lot of 3-run homers, and starting pitchers that go deep into the game. So we come over here to Henderson. He singles, right, and then we also steal second. So now I'd have Henderson at second, Murphy up. I'd come back to my spreadsheet here. I would go ahead and click on next batter again, because here's where I'm going to show you the new feature. If I clicked on Murphy, which would put him up, obviously the play result number may be different for Murphy. It's not, because he stole a lot of bases too. But come over here and click on next batter, and now I put a runner on second with nobody out, and I roll with Dwayne Murphy. Single, the runner scores, batter to second on the throw. So I would go ahead and enter that into my strat scorebook and continue until I ended the game. So that's basically the new features in the board reader. You can visit my website and Bill's website. Again, Bill's website, if you Google National Pastime Next Generation, you'll find a link to it. My website is baseballsimresearch.com. You'll find all sorts of cool data there for the as played replayer, a bunch of replay guides, which include like lineups and managerial tendencies, and some free data on there as well on starting pitcher lengths, relief pitchers when they entered the game, all sorts of fun stuff to make your as played replays a little more realistic. So thanks everybody for your time today. Hopefully you learned a little something about NPNG Board Reader, and take it easy.